Hello, Game Tankers. It's a new year, which means new updates. And World of Tank Console recently announced that they've got some big changes coming on January 30th, specifically targeting Cold War mode. And I know it's been a few days since they announced this, and while this hasn't been the most divisive of news, some people are taking this a little bit hard. Others, not so much. But in case you haven't seen all the other videos, I'll give you the basic notes. So in Cold War, focusing on tech trees, module costs were reduced, 54% less silver overall, 62% less vehicle XP overall. Vehicle costs will be reduced, 52% less silver overall, and 20% less vehicle XP overall. This is coming from World of Tanks console website. So, upgrading a tank will take less time and it'll be cheaper. We've all complained about how 2 million for a new boom snout, way too much. 1 million for tracks, too much. And this is predominantly focusing on eras 1 and 2. Era 3 is still going to be, I guess, like Era 9 and 10, where the big boys play. Now, the controversy kind of comes with the earn rates for silver. So earn rates will be adjusted for premium and tech tree tanks. Base silver rates will be reduced, but it will still be higher than World War II. Base vehicle XP rates will remain unchanged. And this is what's upset some players. But I've said this in a few other videos and on streams. The silver mine that is Cold War can't last. Now, memory isn't what it used to be. I could have swore when Cold War mode first came in, they kind of discovered the hard way that even if we stuck it out, got the upgrades, we still didn't have the silver. They added some boosting to the economy, and suddenly Cold War became what it is as we know, which meant that even with a standard tech tree tank, you can make a lot of silver. And that's where the setup for my video comes in. I will be comparing the M46A1, the first tank in the Western Alliance American line in Cold War mode, a tech tree tank, versus the tank of the month, the T42 premium tank, tier 8, and full disclosure, I have premium time. I have completed the season pass, so I'm getting the 25% silver boost from that. And so these numbers may not reflect exactly what you have. But I'm doing this because I think a main reason that the silver is being reduced, it's obvious. They're making things easier for us to get through tanks. The one thing they said, this game is about collecting tanks, and if it's taking too long to collect tanks, you're not having fun. And this is kind of true. The XP just to get that 2 million silver boom snout can kind of be tiring. Gosh, sure would nice not to have to try to get 150,000 XP for a radio. But the thing was, this hurt World War II's economy. Now we all know that World War II economy could actually probably do with a buff. The silver can be hard to come by, and if you have a couple bad matches, you can lose a good chunk of silver. And that's, for some, Cold War was a bit of a saving grace, but it was more of a double-edged sword in reality, because it meant a lot of players felt they had to play Cold War mode to make silver. And if you're playing Cold War mainly, you don't care about that. You're fine. If you play both modes, it might be alright, but to get that next tech tree tank in World War II, it's like, I should probably bust out probably the T95E3 and go from there. But then there were some World War II players who just loved the game enough, but they felt they had to play Cold War mode so they could get the next tank in the line, probably the tier 8 or tier 9. And that devotion, for better or worse, shouldn't be punished. And that's kind of how it was playing out. When Wargaming in the console division wanted to rectify that and try to make it a little more balanced. And I think they're doing it. And I just wanted to kind of give you a slightly different, very simple but basic demonstration of that. So here, the match ends. I didn't make it top 3. I made 29,000 silver with the starting tank in the Western Alliance. Try to remember that. And I didn't place very high. I did very little. Only 1,200 damage, really. That's not a lot. I came in 8th. So almost 30,000. This match for the T42, I came in 3rd. This has a 50% silver boost on its standard. 69,000. I made double what I made with the M46A1. I kind of had to work to get to where I was too. I was not top tier in this match. It was a bit nerve-wracking, and there were some heavies that wanted me. This is another match, M46A1. 38,000, not top 3. Again, the next match, you'll see it. It's just half. But here's the thing. That's with the standard texture tank. So came in 7th. With a good match in Era 1, you have the potential for a tech tree tank to do that, the equivalent of a tier 8 premium tank. That's why, as time has gone on here, a lot of veterans or experienced players are telling newbies, you gotta have a Cold War tank. Even if it's premium, but hey, you get the T95E3, you can make silver, so. But it pains me when I hear World War II players say, I have to play Cold War mode so I can actually enjoy the mode I love. And that's World War II mode. It's not right. And yeah, I don't want to dredge up the whole painful garbage argument we have, 2 modes, and it's not. We're gonna keep it real simple. These changes, I think, are necessary. The big concern, and some have brought this up, is going to be about ammo, specifically premium ammo. And I think there could be a silver lining to this, possibly. Now, with the Cold War economy boost, it's very comfortable to spend the 3,000 per shell, the 5,000, the 6,000 depending, because you can make that back as long as you hit your shots and do your damage. But now, if across the board, using premium a little too much and spamming it costs us silver, maybe we'll use it less. That could mean longer matches in Cold War mode, and obviously there's no more mining silver in Cold War mode by World War II players. So there's less spamming of premium there, and suddenly the matches don't feel short, lopsided. So their premium ammo goes back to being premium, and you have to think about when you're going to use it and not just load it as the only ammo you have. Because the truth of the matter was, when I think certain hardcore players suddenly found themselves with the kind of silver amount that just read all 9s, that was a little eye-opening. Because this is a game where you should never have enough of anything and be constantly grinding. And to see hardcore players basically max out their silver count or have hundreds of million of silver, that's not quite how a free-to-play game should be. And I know it sounds like I'm siding with Wargaming. I admit they are on the more predatory side, but I think there is going to be more good coming out of this than bad. I realize, and so does Wargaming, a lot of people bought premium Cold War tanks simply because they had high silver earn rates, and that's all they wanted. What can I say? If you feel like you've been robbed, been screwed over, well, next time invest your money in stocks. And this is not advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but hey, if Wargaming goes public, maybe don't buy a fake tank. Instead, buy stocks in the company and have a seat at the decision-making table. Take it up with an investor or professionals. So, you cannot, in this digital age, if you can't touch it, then you don't have much control over it. It sucks. I know. Another harsh lesson in this free-to-play digital world we have. It's just my 2 cents. My opinions on the changes. I hope you keep your tracks on the ground and the RNG's in your favor. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.